My name is John Michael Moore. I work for Comfort Controls out of Beaumont, Texas. I'm a controls technician for them. I've been doing this for about 3.5 years, coming up on 4, something like that. I started this job pretty young age. I'm only 23 right now. In the next few weeks, as well as the prior few months, we've been, or I have, and as well as one of my colleagues, have been preparing for a trip to Singapore for a rig that we will be starting up and commissioned called Vito. This project, Vito, has ended up in Singapore, being built in one of their shipyards. I think the company that's building it is SimCorp Shipyard. And after this project is commissioned and fully tested and we are done and signed off as well as approved, we will be, or they will be floating this back to the Gulf. I think it is a 2-month haul, or a little over 2 months, float from Singapore all the way back to the Gulf. To get from Beaumont, Texas, small town Beaumont, Texas, all the way to the other side of the world, an Asian country, is going to be a trip to Houston. We're going to take a flight. I think altogether the flight is 25 hours if you did a straight flight there. We have a flight from Houston Intercontinental to Doha, Qatar with a 3 or 4 hour layover, and then from there we'll fly straight to Singapore. I think the trip from Houston to Qatar is 15.5 hours, and then from Qatar to Singapore is 10 hours. My role in this project consists of commissioning on the control side. When we get there, I will be going over, of course, all your basic information as far as start to finish of the project, of making sure all the wires are landed correctly, everything is there and where it is supposed to be. And once we go to startup, I will be checking on your actual functionality of the equipment and the system itself, and making sure on our control side that everything is running smoothly. I think the thing I'm most excited about is that it's an experience altogether. I have been out of the country a few times, but I have never been overseas, and I have always wanted to. Singapore, I've heard, is a very beautiful place and a very clean place. So it'd be nice to, as my first overseas trip, to be involved in such a big project, as well as be in a place that is so clean and serene, I guess you could say. I think the thing I'm most scared about is the newness of everything, you know, being there and running the project on my own and figuring everything out. It's going to be slightly overwhelming at first, even though I've done something like this before. It'll still be something that I don't do too often, so it'll be a big thing all at once, as well as something like a side note, not really scared of, but more dreading, is we have a 2-week quarantine that we are going to be spending when we get there. Government mandated. We get picked up from the airport and go straight into quarantine for 14 days. What's next for John Michael when I get back? Honestly, I have a kid on the way, so I'm gonna be looking forward to that. When I get back, it'll be coming up pretty quickly, as well as I think it's just gonna go back to everyday, normal coming to the office and doing what I gotta do and get done what I have to get done.